The coronavirus is killing Black Americans at a disproportionate rate. You heard this earlier in this broadcast, and you've been hearing it on the news for the last couple of days. And media mogul Tyler Perry is trying to sound the alarm. He's also giving back to the communities most at risk of exposure to the virus. So this week, he paid for thousands of people's supplies at more than 70 grocery stores in Louisiana and Georgia. They had no idea it was going to happen on that Wednesday. Only on CBS This Morning, Tyler tells us how he hopes this will inspire a larger movement of generosity across the country. Listen, you are no stranger to coming in for acts of kindness, big and small. Most things people don't even know about. I think when people see what you do, in some ways, Tyler, that could inspire others.
What I'm hoping is that by this paying for the groceries for these people who are just like me, like my mother, my aunt, come from where I come from. So I'm hoping that other people would join in. You may not be able to pay for 73 grocery stores, but maybe you can buy groceries for one person. Maybe you can buy groceries for a neighbor, because we are going to be hit much harder as African Americans and as poorer people than any other minority in the country, I'm sure. So my hope is that someone will see it and say, okay, hey, I can do something to help somebody else.
How did you decide to do that, Tyler? I would imagine a lot of big corporations came to you and said, can you please help?
I've had a few of those, but I wanted to do something immediate that got to the people immediately. So I reached out to Kroger, reached out to Winn-Dixie, because I remember my mother going to shop every Saturday at Winn-Dixie when I was a kid in all Louisiana and in Georgia. And I wanted to go directly to neighborhoods where the incomes are much lower. And I wanted to really focus and drive the point home there and try and help there.
You know, people, when they got the news that Tyler Perry had done this.
Tyler Perry is taking care of your grocery bill today. So we just
I mean, it really does touch your heart when you see the difference that you made, what it did for people that particular day.
And that's what we need right now. We need just some hope. We are inundated with negativity. It's bad. So many are dying. Our healthcare workers are struggling. They don't have PPE. All of these things, which are true, but they're also so draining on the soul and the spirit. So let's all kind of spread a little bit of good news to help and encourage and motivate us all through this thing, because what this has taught us, we're all one, and we cannot get through this unless we realize no matter what our race, we're all one.
But, you know, I asked you once why you always do good deeds like this, and you said it comes from your mother. I think your mother would be very proud of what you do, Tyler.
Yeah, for sure. And I can tell you this, Gail, in the last 10 years since her passing, there's not one day that I had not wished that she was on this planet until this coronavirus. My mother had major pre-existing conditions, diabetes, on dialysis. So this is the only time in these 10 years since her passing that I'm glad she's not here to experience this.
That's the other thing they were saying. It's not that Black people are more susceptible. It's just that some of the conditions that a lot of people in the Black community have, that's the problem.
That for sure, the underlying conditions that we have, like everybody I know from where I come from, there is some sort of underlying condition, be it diabetes or high blood pressure or just obesity or just, there's always something. So I'm just hoping that we really, really take a moment to take this seriously, because I've seen too many things online saying, oh, we don't get this, or Black people don't travel abroad, so it's not going to come to our community. That is a ridiculous thought. It has come to our community, and it's devastating us in disproportionate numbers.
Do you find, Tyler, you're afraid of it?
Well, I'm not afraid of it as much as I am afraid for a lot of other people who have underlying conditions, who I'm hoping that we as Black people really, really get. I know it's affecting everybody, but when you have a third of the deaths being African Americans, I want us to really focus on what that means.
It really does illustrate the point that this coronavirus is very devastating to the Black community.
Yeah, because I'm hoping that we as Black people really start to take this thing seriously. And listen, I get it. I've been on both sides of this wealth thing. I've been extremely poor, and I've managed to do well. So I understand what it's like to be there and not have the health care that you need, not be able to take care of yourself, only go to the doctor if something's wrong. But to be socially distant doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, and I like what you said in your post, Tyler. You said, stay home in caps, an exclamation point. And I don't think we can stress that enough.
Yeah, that doesn't mean, okay, we're going to have a barbecue with all the family. Socially distance is locking down in your house with the members of your household and staying away from other people.
Well, the other thing, Tyler, you did the other day online on your page, on your social, he's got the whole world in his hands challenge.
Yeah. I'm going to start this song, and then I want all of y'all to add to it. He's got the whole world
in his
hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
How did you pick that song? There were many you could have chosen.
I wanted a really simple song that everybody knows, and to see it take off like that and have all of these people singing, to me it was like a little prayer going around the world, just letting everybody know we're okay. It's all going to be okay.
The whole world's in his hands.
When he says everything's going to be okay. Uh-oh. Somebody said to me this morning, Tony, I didn't know that Tyler Perry could sing. And I say Tyler Perry can do everything. He is a walking, talking example of goodness, always trying to make things better.
Yeah, that's really well put. I didn't know he could sing either. You know, we keep saying that this virus doesn't discriminate, and that is 100% true, but there is discrimination out there in society, and that's why it's so important to have someone like Tyler Perry step forward and help those who need the help the most, Gail.
I love this story. I'm so glad we get to share it with you today. There was an incredible act of kindness today to shoppers across our state. Senior citizens and those most vulnerable to COVID-19, they went to the grocery store and their bill was paid. An act of generosity from Tyler Perry, who covered the expenses at more than 70 grocery stores, both in Georgia and Louisiana. 11 Live's Caitlin Ross talked to some of the shoppers who could not believe it.
A mask cannot hide this joy. A virus cannot defeat this hope. The tears of joy in the eyes of shoppers this morning shined through the fear of our most vulnerable citizens.
In these very troubling, difficult, and sometimes even dark times, I think of the Atlanta Angel as a bright light who shines.
Aaron Swenson's bill was paid at the Toco Hills Kroger this morning. At 7 a.m., no one knew who donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay for seniors' groceries, and the store manager wouldn't say a word.
And she said, so your groceries are free. I still really wouldn't believe her. and I kind of was dumbfounded. And she said, an Atlanta Angel is giving you your groceries.
Aaron said the expressions of the other shoppers who realized they wouldn't have to worry about how to put food on the table this week were incredible.
I looked at all the people in the store who were shopping and thought, wow, I just wanted to hang around and watch.
As news spread online of the good deed, thousands of people speculated it had to be Atlanta media mogul Tyler Perry. Just Monday, he left a $21,000 tip for servers at a local restaurant. The grocery stores later confirming it was him. It's big gestures like that, or even small gestures like smiling at each other, that Aaron says will get us through this.
We're not distant from each other. In our daily lives, we are deeply connected. We breathe the same air. That's one of the things that it's teaching us. And, I hope that we have an opportunity to come out of this better than we were before.
Thank you so much, Tyler Perry. It's a very big blessing. Tyler Perry, you blessed our family. I thank you and I thank God for you.
Tyler Perry, God bless you, and we love you in Atlanta.
Merry Christmas to everybody. You got to go into the Walmart, get your layaway, pay a penny, 1 penny, and you get your layaway. I know it's hard times. A lot of people are struggling. I'm just really, really grateful to be able to be in a position to do this. So God bless you. Go get your stuff. Merry Christmas.
It made me cry. Like, it took such a weight off my shoulders because taking care of 6 kids by yourself with people help is hard. Very, very, very hard, especially around Christmas. Like, I've never been more appreciative of anything in my life.
Got no.
Big set for the girls. It's for the kids anyway, so we very appreciative.
And I was blessed, honestly. Didn't expect it.
Now we will have to decide, do we want to go and get our layaway or get our car fixed? And then it's around our rent time. Blessed.
This is a Christmas miracle. This is a Christmas miracle blessing, and we got to bless somebody else. Somebody blessed us, we got to bless somebody else.
We'll have a much merrier Christmas thanks to a secret Santa with very deep pockets. New at 6, News reporter Will Dupree joins us live with reaction from those shoppers who now have one less bill to pay. What good news.
Yeah, right, Karen. Well, right now, about 123 families are probably still in shock a little bit. They learned today that an anonymous donor working with the Salvation Army agreed to pay off all the layaways here at the Walmart near Admiral and Memorial. And the surprises didn't end there. Shoppers here at Walmart are greeted with the sounds of the season. But Frankie Short says it's been hard to get into the spirit since her son's death earlier this month.
I was even dreading Christmas, so now I'm here. Come on, Christmas, come on.
But her smiles back after finding out someone paid off her layaway, an account she actually planned to cancel today to save some money.
I mean, I just knew it was a blessing from God because now my kids got something for Christmas.
The Salvation Army handed over a check to Walmart this morning signed by an anonymous donor. The agency is not sharing the exact amount, but it was enough to pay off the layaways of 123 people. Manager Kyle Weaver got the task of calling up customers.
Is this Rosette?
And telling them the good news.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
That was Rosette Stanley's reaction when she got the call in Walmart.
And at first I thought they were playing.
She and her husband left with a basket full of gifts set aside for their 13 grandchildren.
They're going to be very happy. I'm going to be happy for them. Yes, I am.
When the time came to take her gifts home, Frankie still couldn't believe what happened.
I'm scared to shop. I'm thinking I might call me back and say, Miss Short, it was a mistake.
Well, it definitely was no mistake. The donor actually gave each family a $100 gift card to Walmart as well. The Salvation Army also got a donation to help buy a few more presents for kids in the Angel Tree program. Reporting live, Will Dupree, 2 News Works for you.